we don't have a quorum, right?
You just can't vote. You can have the meeting, you just can't vote on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything to vote on anyway.
Well, minutes.
Yeah, Lois is in
Apple.
Apple. We have
Oh.
Cromwell.
I did not know.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, all right, so she's absent then.
yeah, I don't know if she'll be returning.
Yeah, we're gonna wait and see since our next meeting isn't until June and
Our
see how
next
she
meeting
is.
May,
Oh, May.
March,
that's right,
yeah, May. So 2 months.
yeah.
So we'll have an update and if it's
Yeah,
permanent,
Lois,
then figure out what we need to do.
she fell and fractured her hip.
Oh, dear. That's not good.
Yeah. so-
Okay, so I'll call the meeting to order. We have to, oh, the roll call. Frank?
Yep.
Lois is absent. Ann is not here. Absent. Kay? is here. Me.
Do you have an extra copy of the agenda?
Juliet?
I'll go make one.
Okay.
I'll make it.
Okay, so we can't approve these minutes from November then, right? Because we can't vote?
Correct.
Okay.
You should amend it so that you can take a vote with whoever you have. Because now, like,
It's only minutes. It's not like we're doing them.
yeah, but I mean, Lois is gonna be a while.
Oh, you got
She's gonna
three.
hit.
Oh, it's not a quorum? They got 3 over
She said
2.
we can't vote if we don't have a
Oh.
quorum. We could have a meeting.
What's a quorum? Yeah, because it's 3 over 2.
Yeah, 3/2. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Parks and Rec, which is 7, but you guys are only 5.
Right.
And you have 3, so you
Okay.
can go as long as all 3 of you were at the last meeting.
Okay. All right,
If you
so
weren't at
we,
the last meeting, then you don't have a quorum of who was here at the last meeting, with people eligible to vote.
all right, so we had to cancel the January meeting, so we did not have approval
Okay.
of the November 21st.
Kay was absent at the last meeting.
Who was?
Kay was absent at that November.
So then you can't vote.
So we can't approve these minutes?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna put no approval.
No quorum.
Can't approve due to absence.
Yeah, just put no quorum. Instead of no approval.
to. Okay. And we have no audience of citizens. Okay, so the senior director's report, that would be Tina.
Okay, so I gave you each a copy. I'm just showing you our average daily attendance is as follows. This is, they shows you the average per weekday. And then it shows you the average per day by month. How many people are coming and using the center. Right? Our transportation service requests have increased. We are providing transportation currently to 93 individuals to 81 different locations. Wow. We have provided 1,772 rides for January, February, and up to today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's duplicate, when it says duplicate, meaning that we could have gone to the same site multiple times. But each time counts as a one-way trip.
And that's like dropping off and picking up,
Yeah.
right? That's multiples, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it has increased quite a bit, and now that we're servicing other, we're going out to other towns. We're not just doing like medical and we do medical farming to Newton, Weathersfield, Rocky Hill, Marion, Plainville, Sutton, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that has increased our transportation costs. We are having a COVID vaccine clinic along with the Department of Public Health and Griffin Health on Tuesday, March 28th from 9 to 12 noon. They will also be offering different health screenings as well. No appointments are necessary.
Is this an additional shot? Like, or a new one for this year?
Yeah, it could be. They're doing Pfizer and Moderna.
Because they haven't really said whether we go for another one.
Yeah, I did ask because somebody asked if it would cover the new variants of Omicron or whatever, and they said yes. So,
So these are like boosters for the,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
yeah, I have more information if you want me to send it to you, what they told me.
Sure, that would be good.
This was scheduled for last Wednesday, but with the weather not knowing how it was gonna be, they decided to move it to Tuesday, the 28th. There's no appointments, people can just walk in. We have some new and returning programs this spring. The 4-week Tai Chi class started today at the community center at 10 a.m. We had 20 students sign up. The students were charged $20 total for the 4-week sessions. The remaining balance was paid from the Myrna Poloff Berlin Senior Center Fund. We had last Friday, March 17th, Cutting the Cord program. We had 33 participants for that. And what we mean by cutting the cord is getting rid of your cable.
Oh, good.
And also in April, we have the importance of self-care with the Center for Higher Living. It's a new company in town that we're working with. And we also have Ernie Pritchard, who does presentations on World War II. So be coming for the first time to the center. And then returning this year, we have our Fun with History with Joe, the history guy. We have the Story Share coming back with the Berlin Historical Society.
Oh,
I believe it's gonna be, we're still in the trying to schedule.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good.
I believe it's gonna be on the Lions Pool. And then we got Blair Susie, he's doing his coin program again, and we set up for another AARP safe driving course.
Did you reschedule that coin program because it was a day
Yeah,
of the
it's got
snow
rescheduled to June.
to June? Okay.
This is just some of the programs we're offering. We're always looking for suggestions for new programs. So if you see something or you come across something at another, senior center or library, something that you think might interest our members, let us know and then we will check it out. And then my senior center, as of today, we have 1,119 seniors
Wow.
that are registered as members. That is an increase of 77 since our last meeting in November.
Now, I've had some people tell me they're not getting the global call.
Yeah, I check into that all the time. They tell us different stuff. Sometimes, so when the call comes through, if the person answers the phone but doesn't say anything, they're not gonna get the call.
Yeah.
You have to say like hello,
Or
and then the
like,
call starts.
I just ignore it. Like I hit my red button to ignore the call and then I listen to the voicemail.
That's what I do
That's what
because
I
I
do.
like
Regular
to.
voicemail.
Yeah, because she always does it right when I'm driving home. So I just hit the ignore and it goes right to my voicemail.
Then it should go to your voice.
I like it to go to voicemail because then I can, if somebody has a
Right.
question, I can
Yeah.
run it again.
Right,
So I
yeah.
keep it for a
It's on,
few days.
it's on record.
Yeah,
And I try to keep it within a certain amount because the issue was that people, it was
Too
longer
long.
than
Yeah.
their answer machine
Yeah.
would take.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it within a certain amount of minutes. Yeah, I've gone to my senior center a number of times about issues people have with their not getting the call.
mhm.
They say that they are. In some cases, they've said, oh yeah, that person got the call. And then they send me the info. So I don't know what's happening on the other end. So I do know that if it goes to the,
Is it Ann?
it's my daughter. Katie, I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back. Everything okay? Okay, I'll call you back. I know that if we've been trying to do this, because some people just give us their cell phone number. So then there's no home number. But sometimes if the number is listed first, I think it's not going there. So I've been trying to put the number in twice. If I only get one number, I put it as the home number and the cell number. So this way, if that's the issue, because that did change, that it goes to, they do that. So I'll just have to go through and look at more. If somebody has a problem, if they can reach out to me directly,
Yeah.
because then I could send the info to my senior center
Yeah.
and say, okay, this person's not getting the call.
Well, Pat Mears told me she wasn't getting it, and I told her to call you, so whether she does or not, did or not.
Pat who?
Mears, M-A-E-R-Z,
I'll look her. up.
because I think both her husband and her son are signing up.
Okay.
Signed up, so they want to get the info.
So they're not getting no local call.
Yeah, that's what she said.
All right, and then the other thing I wanted to bring up that we got invited, Case Church, Berlin Congregational Church. Oh, this is Berlin, I'm sorry. This is Berlin Congregational Church. They're having a pasta luncheon Sunday, March 26th. They have two seatings, 11:30 and 12:30. They are inviting seniors to the pasta luncheon for free. It's in the church dining room, as their guests, and it's their way of showing thanks. The meal will be served in the dining room on the lower level. It's accessible from the ramp in the back. So I will be putting that up. And
Yes. Potato lunch that day.
that's 11:30 or 12:30. They're doing a pasta luncheon. And then we also got invited by the McGee Middle School Drama Club. Berlin senior citizens are invited to join us as our guest audience for the dress rehearsal of our performance of Willy Wonka Jr. on Friday, March 31st at 3:30 in the McGee Middle School Auditorium. The performance is being offered free to all Berlin community seniors. Come cheer on our cast and crew and see the outstanding performing arts program offered at McGee. And they usually put on a really good show, the middle school. So if you're available Friday, March 31st at 3:30, you go see a free play. That's all I have. Does anyone have any questions? Here comes Ann.
Hello, Ian. Hi, guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We're gonna be next up. Do you want me to move you down a little bit? Do you have your report ready?
She just sit over there.
Yeah, I would just go the next thing. Let her get settled.
Here. Where are you gonna sit? You wanna sit over there? Where you fit? There's the.
Remember I said, told you they had some kind of a sports that's coming up.
I'm gonna go to the next person, Ian, to give you a chance to catch your breath. And then we'll come back to you, okay? Appreciation Night event, Frank.
Okay, February 28th, we had appreciation for the commissions and board members at the Truck Bar in Webster Square Road in Berlin. That was the event to thank all the members of the commission boards that gave their time and energy serving the town of Berlin from 2020 to 2022. It was a nice event. It was a well organized. They had tables for everybody, and they served pizza. We had pizza on all the tables, and they kept it coming, so we weren't starving. It was a really nice event. All the commissions and boards were there, and we had a chance to talk and mingle amongst all the different commissions, police, the library, and so forth. Basically, it was a big place, a lot of room. You know, we were quite accommodating to our needs. Happy to be there. It was a rough night. I didn't know if I was even going to go because of the that storm we had. A pretty rough storm that day. But nevertheless, it still did come. Talked to Joe Bajorski for a little while. He was saying about our Percival housing project there, it's still in litigation and stuff. So, I asked him, I said, when are we shoveling dirt? He said, it's in litigation. And I didn't get any info or any intel on, the proposed senior center from anybody there yet, but the economic development was there. Other than that, they took a group picture and they took individual pictures. I don't know where they're gonna end up, in the Citizen or any of the local papers. But,
Did they introduce you?
yes, all the commission members stood up and said where they were.
Uh-huh.
Chris Edge did all the master ceremonies, and yeah, he did a good job of that. And we were issued ID tags, so they gave us drinks, little tags, so we can go to the bar and get a drink, and food and stuff. So quite accommodated. It was a pretty rustic place. They had old trucks in there, so it was a pretty good night. We enjoyed ourselves. Yeah. So I hope we can do it again, and if everybody liked where it was, we could have it there again. But I guess moving forward, our commissions are noticed by the town officials. I believe Donna Beach was there. And, some members of the town council were there as well. But they do appreciate us, all we do. I had a little chat with Donna Beach and explained, our needs are, because lots of they don't know what we go through here.
Yeah.
They don't know, the seniors are, they're not in the dark about it, but it's like, when I was telling them about it, they, now they have something that they know exactly, they know a lot what goes on with our older population. So hopefully we'll have more representation from the state of Connecticut. Which I hope so. Expect some kind of feedback from people in charge. Help us along our mission. All these missions are all in limbo.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some of them shovel start going.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you going, Frank, because that was a terrible night. We all wanted to go, but
Yeah,
because
right.
of the weather. So I appreciate you going to represent the commission.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And Roseanne, that was
Yeah, my
so
wife
nice
came too
of
as
her
well.
to accompany and go too, because, many times when I call your house, I have complained tonight. She has to listen to me, so,
Yeah, so you might as well talk to her.
I know, so it's nice that she was able to go and be part of it.
Yeah, thank you. And she did talk with Joe for a while about our housing situation where, how he was defining it as senior only or affordable. That's how the state of Connecticut is, batting that around, way like it's identified, so that causes a lot of conflict. So just a way to say something can alter the way it happens. So, but anyhow, we did our best.
It's good that you talked to him because he needs to have that support. He's been at this a long time.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's all I have on that.
Okay, well, thank you so much again for going and
Sure, no
Roseanne
problem.
too.
Happy to do it.
Now, back to Ann. Ann, do you have a report?
I have a very little one.
Okay,
I know what most of it is, it wasn't anything huge. We've had some advancements there, they've done some things, not an awful lot. They've had somebody who comes in, she's been vacuuming the roofs maybe once every 2 weeks.
Who's coming in?
I have no idea who she is. And then the other day, somebody said, well, Ray's back, so I saw Ray the other day, but Ray wasn't doing it yet. He was just there trying to fixing other things. We've had complaints about the plumbing again. It's gonna continue to be a problem. The problem is when the building is constructed. There's nothing they're going to be
What's
able
wrong
to
with the
do
pump?
with that. It backs up.
Oh.
It slows down. One day I'll go in, I run the water in the sink in the bathroom, it's perfectly fine, it goes down just like it's supposed to. The next day, I'm starting to run some water and I realize it's just coming up and it does the same thing in the tubs. And the problem with our tubs, because they have this hole cut in it on the side, they only have this much room inside the tub to pour water. After that, the water starts coming out over the edge of the tub into the pool. So most of us either have to turn our, we were told we could turn our shower off and wait a little bit and let the water go down and then turn the shower back on. Of course, when you turn the shower back on, then the water's cold.
Awful.
That's like playing games with it. But for the most part, it's not too bad. And they had somebody there from Roto-Rooter. I don't know what they paid them for it because I haven't seen any improvement. And they keep getting black stains in the toilet. They know this. We've been talking to them about this for a long time. If that is that black stuff in my water, that's what I wanted to know. And the one time I got one of the guys to talk to me that was there fixing something, he said, no, this is charcoal filter, it probably just needs to be changed. So maybe that's all it is, but
Is it
It
like
means-
rusting, look like rusting in your toilet?
not in the toilet. No, it's black, it's black.
The water is black?
No, it has some kind of a black material that can start coming out around the edge. It'll be clean, you can clean the toilet, it looks really nice. It lasts about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then you start seeing the stain along the edges of the toilet. Is it the piece that's in there for the flow thing? I don't know. They haven't been able to tell us. So when she had so I was there when they got Roto-Rooter, the guys came and she said, oh yeah, they're gonna take care of our water issues. Show them what you need to have done. So I showed them the filter in my tub, which is rusted. And rusting, it's starting to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it only goes down, the filter, the hole is here. The lip on the top has that metal band, that's what's
Yeah.
rusted. Then you go down into the pipe, and the pipe is right there. And you can stick your hand in, you can touch the top of the pipe, you can feel a hole where the water's going through. And it's about maybe this big. I think that's rusting inside. It feels rusty. And I think that's part of the reason we're not getting good water flow. But to fix this problem,
Yeah, that's
they would have to tear up all the floor. Problem with the piping was made when they built the building. They made it for kids to go to school. They didn't figure people were going to be using these things 24 hours a day. And now when they built it, the pipes don't go down. There's no bend. How are you going to get good drainage if the pipe runs this way? It comes across, and then there's the hole where your thing is, and then it goes maybe down a couple of inches and goes across again. It's because there's no basement.
No gravity.
Yeah, there's no
letting it go
gravity.
Yeah, it's a huge project.
You don't think that because they gutted this place and when they turned it over to the senior center housing, you don't think they replaced the piping?
You know, I don't know. I do not know.
Because I've seen pictures of it and it's down to the frame.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I haven't ever seen any pictures of the way this thing was constructed, but at least that is what I'm getting from talking to people and from my own
Right.
feelings about how the thing.
1985 it opened here.
One time.
That's the one time.
It was.
Yeah, it was from
And
85.
there are some holes in the floor out in the wall. Where you can see they cut into the carpet to get down into the pipe.
Well, if you're saying it's rusting, doesn't the rust build up?
Oh, yes.
So then the water's not as
You get
smooth
less and less
flow.
flow.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
It really
you have
feels
too much
like
cholesterol.
Right, yeah,
You're-
right, exactly.
And
You got the
there's
plaque.
always water.
But maybe they did something with the engineering. Maybe they, they don't have enough pitch. Maybe something was, looked into where they couldn't do a steeper pitch.
Well,
would
yeah,
have to
they said
be-
it's a flat. This is supposed to be on a slab.
Right. So
That part of the building is supposed to be on a
Yeah.
slab, and if you don't have a cellar to go down into, how much of the drainage are you gonna get?
that's what I mean. There's a restriction where, that water the pitch of the pipes are
It's supposed to
compromised.
be a fairly decent pitch.
Yeah,
They do everything plastic now, right?
I'm wondering also, my daughter had that issue at her condo, at Prentice Place with the toilet. She could clean her toilet, and then in a few days, it looked like it was all rusted and brown.
Back in
Now,
the
see,
day, my
mine is
apartment did the
black.
same
Ours is
thing.
black.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like if it's the make of the toilet, or if it's the water, or what,
It's hard to tell.
because it was disgusting. It looked like she never cleaned her toilet, and that she had, but it was
And
just
then
some
if
type of.
you know, if you don't get response from the people that are supposed to replace these things.
Right.
It becomes difficult to she
Right.
had her own, buy her own toilet.
She ended up moving out. And they got, she was new tenant.
maybe the water has a high iron content.
That's what I was thinking,
He thinks,
or it's from the rust, running through the rusty pipes.
And a lot of us now, we don't want to drink the water anymore. How long has it been since they did a water test there? I'd like to
You
know.
should request that.
yeah, I would say
Put
so.
in a work order and request that, because if you have a problem, I think you would want to know
Yeah,
what you're drinking.
well, a lot of us, I filter mine and some of the people don't even do that. They just go out and buy water. I had sort of this prejudice about buying water. I think it's very
Yeah.
overpriced.
Not only that, but you don't know where that water comes from either.
Well, there is a new girl in the office now, Darlene. I don't know if you've spoken to her,
No.
because I called there today and I spoke to her. She's Bela Point's daughter. I don't know if you know Bela Point,
Yeah, yeah.
her daughter. I think she's Darlene Letizia, and I think she must be helping in the office now.
She's the new,
Okay, helping,
Liz,
Liz,
yeah,
yeah.
Liz
yeah.
reduce help. You know, and it seems to me that whatever they're doing is very slow. Nothing is moving at any kind of a reasonable pace. And like you said about the housing, how many apartments, nobody even knows yet. We can't get any straight answers from them as to how many apartments there will be for the 30%. Which a lot of us would like to know.
you mean the new place?
Yeah. We don't know if it's gonna be 10, it's gonna be 15.
We're talking about people or
No,
money or?
apartments,
So
a lot
of
of
the
those buildings are
48
split that way.
apartments,
Yeah.
so many are gonna be
Yeah.
30%,
Oh, I see what you're asking, yeah.
and they're not saying how many of that 48 is going to be.
I don't think they really know that yet, you know? I think that as they move along, they will know.
Well, I mean, Sage is a big place. They have 5.
I would think, Jen, would
And
you
that's
think
how
they,
many
they're
apartments they have?
required by
Yeah.
state law to have
The-
so many?
Yeah, they have to have a certain number, but I have no
Yeah.
idea what that number is, and
Yeah. But I mean, Sage is not a
that's probably what they'll
income
have is the
restricted
minimum
place.
they
It's-
need
yeah,
to.
It's not income restricted, it's by, well, they do go by income for someone.
Yeah,
Because, but what it is, you know, they have so many apartments, like I said, 5 or 6
Yeah.
now, I think. And if you qualify for that lower level, then they'll get you one of those apartments, but you end up waiting forever because they don't have. them.
there's a
When
wait
you
list.
say lower level, are you talking section 8?
Yeah, well, you know, whoever they consider the 30%.
Is that section 8 though?
Section 8 might be lower.
I think
Yeah, I thought
it's-
Section 8 might be lower than 30%. 30%
There's
might just
83
be low
apartments
income.
at Sage Pond Place. I know,
Well, I know few would be. He'd be a section 8.
but I'm saying there's 83 apartments at Sage Pond Place.
Yeah. Otherwise, they-
That are
yeah,
section in.
No, that
No,
are total,
total.
that are total.
total,
Oh.
83 apartments.
Oh,
She's saying 5 of them are 30% and lower. How many section 8s? I don't know. I know they have to have so many.
on your income, doesn't that depend on your income?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, it's all.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's a difference between Section 8 and low income though.
yeah. Section 8,
I don't know the
half of your
numbers.
rent is paid by HUD. And they're very hard to find, section 8.
Mhm.
But, you know, other than that, everything seems to be going fairly well. Just making a lot of screaming and yelling. Some of the people have had some work done. They submitted their requests and they got some stuff done. She told me to submit a request. I haven't done it yet because I was running around. I want to wait and see how much that, having those Roto-Rooter guys made, must have a difference it made to have them do it. She's going, yeah, this is gonna clear up all our problems. They probably told her the same thing we do, that the plumbing is bad.
It's no joke though, really, you know, I mean,
No.
your plumbing doesn't work, you're dead.
Thank you, Ann. All right, my report, Senior Center, Community Center. I talked to Arush today. There's nothing new to report on the Senior Center, Community Center. I'm disappointed to say. I asked if the council is doing anything, and he has reported anything to him, and he said no. He says he's disappointed to tell me that there's nothing new to report. So I said to him, I don't know who to call to find out where we're at this. This is a long time, and you would think that we would have some input from someone. You know,
Possibly the Economic Development Committee.
No one's talking about it.
They don't talk.
Nobody's talking about it. The last that it was discussed was when the Board of Finance basically said, no, we're not gonna recommend the, $40 million, whatever it was. At the town council meeting, Sal spoke. This was months ago. And Jack Fazino, who was still on council, said, well, what if we send it back and we make cuts and it comes back at 20 million? He's like, Sal basically said, Board of Finance would probably not support that because of our debt load right now. And council said, okay, we'll continue to talk about it. And that was the last it was discussed to my knowledge at council meeting. So,
that's what Rouge told me. He said they have this police station.
yeah, they're bogged down with the police station renovation, the
and the
budget,
renovation for the, I guess, air conditioning in the
the
schools.
HVACs in the schools are trying to
HVACs in the
schedule.
schools.
And they're dealing with the budget right now. I mean, March, it's all budget talk right now.
Right, but they need to, somebody needs to come out and say, like, it's either maybe going forward in the future or it's not, because people are coming here, seniors, asking about the status.
right.
I've been telling people, go to town council meeting and ask.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I told them too.
yeah, but
'cause
you
we don't know the
Rouge said
answers.
that to me. I guess he had some young moms in his office and they were complaining that nothing is done.
Yep.
And I can understand that, but I said, and he said, they have to get involved. Well, I said to him, you have to understand, most women are working today. They come home, they have to put a meal on the table, they have to get the kids to where they're going. It's not like years ago, I was home.
Right.
I didn't have to, so I look forward to going to a meeting at night.
Yeah.
These moms don't want to do
And all the
that.
meetings are Zoom right now. We had a great turnout of this group of moms at the last Board of Finance meeting last week. There were about 6 of them that got up and spoke, and then about another 4 more on the Zoom meeting.
Was that for Park and Rec,
That was for the playgrounds,
for the playground?
so grounds.
I'm glad to see people taking an interest.
Yep.
Because it's frustrating when you're the only person speaking up and the young people who are gonna have this advantage are not speaking.
But what
And I
does
understand.
a Roche expect them to do? People stood up and spoke about the community center, senior center. They were willing to, like the Thurstons, and there was other people too, but like,
If
What
they
did
want, if they want an update, I'm basically saying go to town council
What did
meeting
they
and
do?
ask.
That's what he said. He
Yeah.
says, people have to show up at the town council meeting, they have to present their case. But everybody can't go to the town council meeting, and that's what I said to him. I said, you can't expect these young moms who are busy working all day, then they're coming home trying to get their kids involved, taken care of. And they're not gonna run out to a town council meeting.
Well, the young
yeah, but
moms
why
aren't,
won't-
the
why
young
won't
moms
the-
aren't the ones asking about the community senior center. That's
Yeah.
not who's asking.
They're asking.
The seniors are asking about the community senior
Yeah,
center.
but the young
She's thinking
moms are
about-
talking about Park and Rec. And
They're going to the council
Yeah.
meetings. They're going to the council meetings via Zoom.
Right,
So
but
they
why
are
can't they
going.
just come out and say
What?
they're doing or what they're not doing?
Do they speak up at these Zoom meetings?
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they speak up, yeah. They've been coming to the park, they come on, Crystal came, one of the playground moms came to the Park and Rec Commission meeting.
But why
Yeah.
can't the mayor or the town council come out and say, we put this on hold, or
'Cause
no,
no
we're
one's
not
asked.
doing it?
because no one's asked publicly. It hasn't been on their agenda, so no, go to a council meeting, ask what's the status on the community senior center. They'll probably say, oh, we'll put it on next week's agenda to next meeting's agenda to discuss it, and probably come out with, yeah, it's on hold.
Okay,
That would be my guess.
Well, that would be better than being.
I think with the budget the way it is right now and the debt load and doing the new police renovation, it's so far from their mind right now that unless somebody goes out to a public meeting and asks them, they're not gonna comment on it.
Well, he said,
that's poor to me.
yes, that is.
That is
and-
poor.
And he said, he thinks that in their mind, they're still thinking of the why. I said, don't even mention the why because it never will pass. Nobody wants the why. So I said, if that's what's in their mind and they think that's what they're gonna go forward with, that's a fool's errand because that's not gonna work.
I just feel that if they're strong in their belief that the funding is not there or they don't want to go in debt, then be strong enough to stand up and say, we're not going forward with
But
this.
there's also 3 brand new council members who haven't been through this, who don't even have the education on
Right,
it
but
probably.
It didn't go to the town council. It sounds like it went to the board of finance.
No, it went to the town council and the town council asked the board of finance their opinion
Oh,
and town board of finance reviewed it. That was like 6
all
months
right,
ago.
so we just gotta
maybe
get some
even a year.
people to go to town council, the ones that ask, and then tell them to ask.
Yeah, I've been telling
Where the
anyone who
status?
asks, go to council and ask.
Because lately I've been
Because we
getting a
don't have
lot
the
of,
answers.
questions on the status.
Right, and I don't have the answer, so
I don't either.
that's what I'm telling them.
I don't either.
Don't forget, we got revale and nobody wants their taxes to go up.
Right,
You have
exactly.
what?
Revale,
Perfect storm.
we've had the
Oh.
revaluation and everybody's worried their taxes are gonna go up.
I had to
Like I
tell
said,
you,
it's all
taxes are
budget
going up
related at this
anyway, so
point.
it doesn't- Yeah,
We're gonna go up anyway.
You know,
But that's the things I hear too. I'm not gonna vote for that because the tax is gonna go up. That's what's out there.
well, I want to mention this when you talked about people going to meetings. This was going to be part of my report, but I think this is probably the appropriate time to bring it up. I have a list of all the vacancies for the commissions in town. There are 14 commission vacancies. Now, this does not include the nurses for the VNA or the constables. There's 3 constables and 3 nurses vacant. But the rest are 14 commissions. And this is what I said to Arush. Why would people go and sign up for these vacancies and do what I've been doing all these years, go to meetings, do what you have to do, and nothing is accomplished? After a while, you're gonna get 14 vacancies because nobody wants to do this. They don't see anything getting accomplished. So consequently, that's what's gonna happen. And you can't say, oh, it should be young people, because young people are not gonna do all of this. You know? I think that's where the town has to step up and say, hey, we've got a lot of vacancies here. Nobody wants to do this. Why? You know? So I think that has to be brought out. Because, I mean,
There are a lot of vacancies.
absolutely.
There always
14,
are.
Not even
That list is
including the
always
nurses and the
huge.
constables.
What?
That list is always
Yeah.
huge, every town council agenda. There's always a lot of vacancies.
And
Since
how
I
do-
started, that list has always been big.
Yes, but nobody wants to apply to fill it. So it's never gonna be less, it's always
Right.
gonna be more. You know? So I just felt at this point I have to bring that up. Okay, the housing authority, I just wanted to mention that I talked to Liz today. And she took me around, we did a tour of Percival Heights, her and I, back in, I think it was November. And she told me that I asked her about the wait list. She said there's 13 on the wait list for Marjorie Moore. Only 2 on the wait list for Marjorie Moore. And Percival, only 2 vacancies, and the Marjorie Moore one is recent because a person either died or something happened. So the wait list for Marjorie Moore is 39 people,
Marjorie Moore's 39.
39. She's working on the wait list now for Percival Heights. And she said, she's gonna open a new wait list soon because she's working on that.
How many openings at Marjorie Moore?
Marjorie Moore, she said that there's only 2 at this time and one is very recent.
And how many
And
openings at
Percival,
Percival
only
Heights?
2 vacant apartments in Percival.
But, and she doesn't gonna be on the wait list?
Oh, wait list she's working up for Percival right now,
Oh, she doesn't know how many?
but the Marjorie Moore wait list is 39.
We just had someone move from Marjorie Moore into.
I was gonna say, are these the better ones? Like, what's better? I'm just curious.
Depends on your, well, it
Goes by
really
depends on your
depends on
income.
your income.
Oh, okay.
Because Marjorie Moore is lower.
Mhm.
They'll take the.
I've never
he was
seen the
one of
Marjorie
people
Moore
who
ones.
was, A lot of the other
Who
ones.
moved?
A young fellow, one of Marlene Funch made it. With one of her voices now. I guess both of her boys are here. One is in Marjorie Moore and the other one is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Educational,
We're learning to say, it.
just different.
Yeah, just fill. it. Did they fill Polly, did they fill Polly?
I don't think so. I was trying to see if somebody did it now. But they moved one of the girls that was down by Polly and turned out the other.
Because did Greg die too?
Huh?
Greg? Did he die?
Yes, I,
Yeah.
yeah. So we had his apartment, but I think they already moved.
They filled somebody.
And, yeah, she's been doing better about filling the places.
She's
But now
working-
Lois is. She's in the hospital.
She is working on this list here. Getting that up to date.
I've seen there's several other people coming and going. We have a new guy and one, Jay. He's
It
nice.
takes such a long time though, because once your name is on the list, it goes to a lottery. And the people that come here, like Arlene,
Yeah,
she's been waiting a long
Elaine,
time.
yep.
You know, and one of the guys that's here at lunch, he told me he waited, I don't know, 3 years or something like that to be called.
that was probably Jay.
Yeah, I don't know who he was, but he did tell me he waited a long time.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't take them in the order.
They
they
take them in
have.
order,
That's what
yeah.
I
why
said.
they
Why?
do like-
So there's 39 people, apartment opens up, they pick 1 through 39?
Well, because it's a lottery. You can't even say, well, your name is on the list and you're first.
Yeah.
Go by
that's
whoever
not
was
right.
on the longest.
I think
That's
it's a
great.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why they do
That's,
that.
yeah, that's
Set that
weird.
system up.
But that's how they have to do it through the federal housing, I guess. You know, I don't know why they have to do it that way. But just, it just doesn't seem right to me. And
I know, I
always-
waited 2 years.
Oh, you did?
I signed up on the list when they opened it one time. They don't usually open it very long. They have to open it for a while. And I signed up on that list and it took 2 years before they called. And then this year, about 2 months ago, maybe the end of January, beginning, I got a call from Britain. I had put in at the same time I had put
Wow.
in New Britain. Called me and asked me if I wanted an apartment. I thought about it, but I don't really want to live in Britain.
But you'd rather stay here with us.
Well, I like to stay near my churches. That's why it's easier.
But I just feel like, you know, sometimes people complain to me that things don't get done and they're not happy. And I said, you know, when you're living here, everything is done for you. Like I just had to flood my basement. I had to take care of that and do all the arrangements and everything else. When you have a place like this, you don't have to worry about anything. You know, somebody else worries about it. So I think it's good for the people that can come here to be able to, you know, if you're eligible and you can meet that, I think it's good.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that are, I personally believe there's a lot of seniors stuck in their homes. They can't afford to move into the better places.
Yeah.
They can't get any housing here. They don't really want to leave the town, leave the church, leave their friends. So they stay in their houses and the houses are slowly deteriorating and they keep trying to patch things up. And there's no money to do it because their social security isn't enough to
And
pay their.
it's, yes, it's a financial issue. Plus, if you're living here, you have a community of people that watch out for each other.
Yeah, well, it's nicer in communities, I think, but you know, I mean, there's a lot of groups that meet, that do things for people that live in their homes still. The church runs a lot of things like that, that they kind of try to keep a watch. We have a committee that goes, that calls people who are housebound. Some call every day to make sure they're fine.
What church is that?
St. Paul's.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of ministries going on.
Yeah, you have to be on that main street. And I do get a letter from St. Paul's every year asking, do you need help, you know? And that's a good thing, because if people will reach out and say, yes, I need help,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
helping hands.
or somebody to call. Like during the virus, Tina gave us each a list, and we were calling people to
Yeah.
make sure they were okay, or, you know, if they had any needs, and then we would just report back to Tina. So it's good that you have that situation, you know?
Each other's back.
Yes, yes. The other thing,
Yeah, that's true.
the other thing,
That's true too.
that Liz told me is that Ray is back to do repairs and stuff like that. And she told me they have a new cleaning lady. And she's she likes her a lot.
Yeah,
And they have a new hire who is a resident service coordinator. And she's there to help Liz.
That's Darlene.
What's your name?
Darlene.
Darling. Oh, okay. Yeah, and Liz said she's been a big help, so that's a good thing, you know?
What's the name of the company that, the management company?
DeMarco.
What? Please spell it.
DEMARCO.
And that's who Liz works for.
Yes.
I mean, most of us seem to be better. No, people are not complaining the way they were. We're getting some attention. We've had some things start back up again, deals. We get a dinner every once in a while. The Lions did a couple of great things. Very good, and terrific. And this for St. Patrick's Day, we got corned beef and cabbage. They had it made somewhere. I'm not sure where it came in a container with a black container with a white lid.
Box Bistro,
Is there a
maybe?
white
Was
lid?
it Box
Sounds like a Box
Bistro?
Bistro box.
The Lions Club did that?
No, we're not sure who. The town, the people from Liz and them.
From the
They had some
DeMarco
people
place?
come in and they were passing them out.
Oh,
They went around and knocked on the door.
Yeah, because Mary used to do the dinners. Or eats,
We used to get dinners for
conference.
holidays, yeah.
The
We hadn't
holiday
been
dinners.
since they started.
And she probably just goes there. I think they used to use, what's that, jet skis, or used to be down where the Box Bistro was.
When
They
it's
used
warm
a
enough,
caterer.
when it's warm enough and we're doing a picnic outside, she'll bring us supplies.
Mhm.
She brought us hot dogs and stuff.
and Tina, where did all those supplies come from? The toothbrushes and the
That
stuff?
was the Lions Club.
Yes, that was very nice. They
We
was
get them
nice.
at the,
They always do it at around Christmas time.
They just did. it
They
recently.
collect them on the members.
Yeah, that was very nice too. And that's good that the Lions does that, you know? We should
They're always
let them know we appreciate that. Okay, I talked about commission vacancies. I talked to Joe Bajorski, and he said he's waiting for approval from the town for the property transfer, title transfer for the new housing. And this has been a long time, but he says the money is committed. He just has to wait for the town to do the title transfer. So that's what's holding that up, and I'm hoping either in May or June before our last meetings to have Joe here. And I said to him, I hope that when you come, you'll have something to tell us. That's why I've been putting off having him till the end of the year. So hopefully that will work out. Okay, oh, I wanted to say one more thing. First of all, welcome back, Juliet. We missed you.
thank you.
But she did a wonderful job. We really appreciate you having her fill in
Yeah,
to
she's
help
very
us
good.
out. Yeah, she's really good. But we're glad to see you again. Also, we were supposed to do an annual report. I think Tina did the report, and I appreciate the fact that Tina did it, because I called the town hall. I was negative about it, I admit this, because I'm frustrated that we have nothing new to report. It was the same report as last year, and I said that to them when I called. I said, my report is the same as last year because I have nothing new to report,
See, but
unfortunately.
I unfortunately disagree with that. I think what Tina and Victoria have brought here in the past year is a lot of new programs, and that's a chance for you to highlight those new
That's what I did.
And
programs.
Tina did
Yeah.
that.
And I
and
think
I
that's
said-
what that whole annual report is for. What have you done? Yeah, you haven't made progress on some things, but there's been a lot of things to highlight that have happened inside the senior center.
Yes, and when Tina read me the report, I said to her, I would never have thought
Right.
to include that, you know? She
Right.
included things that I never would have. thought
Right, it
about.
doesn't mean you necessarily, you had to do it, but you're always here supporting us,
Right.
and that's the important thing.
And the annual report has always been done by the commissions. Like Donna Bove does the Parks and Rec one, and then she sends it to me and I review it, but she's the one that writes it. She goes through all the meeting minutes, so she's able to highlight some of the Park and Rec programs that we've done.
That's what I do.
Well, I appreciated Tina doing it because she had a whole different perspective on it. And she did a wonderful job because she highlighted the things that, you know, the new things and the things that I didn't even think about. Because I was negative, and I'll admit that. I'm very frustrated because nothing is being done. And, you know, nothing.
Understandable.
Yeah, and that's how I felt, and that's why I said, but I'm glad you did it, Tina, and thank you for that. You did a very good job. It was good to have new and pleasant perspective. Let's see, I talked about the commission vacancies. Oh, this is under new business now. We used to have an area here at election time where we could sell the knit stuff that the people make here on our groups. And we don't have that opportunity anymore. And we like to be able to do that. We were wondering, Tina, if Kay brought this up, would it be possible to have a table at election time in one of the schools?
We'd have to ask,
Who would we ask?
we'd have to ask.
You
the-
probably have to go through Board of Ed
Board of
for
Ed.
permission, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's as easy as somebody at the Board of Ed saying yes. I think it's going
they
to a
have to
Board
go-
of Ed meeting and asking them.
And then probably we'd have to ask the Mothers Club or PTO or whoever's in charge of that particular school, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would start with the Board of Ed. Not sure.
because see, the registered voters to use the schools have to go through the Board of Ed.
Yeah, they have to book the
And I don't
facilities
know
and
if-
everything.
I don't know, do you know at the schools when they have voting, do the PTOs?
I don't know if they have
Do-
any vendors there
Do
or
they have any
anything.
fundraisers
Yeah,
or
I have
whatever?
no idea.
So that's what you'd have to find out.
I know you can't do food anymore, because we used to do cupcake sales and brownie
can't
sales
because-
and all that. You can't do that anymore.
No,
So that's why when Kay brought up the fact that maybe we could bring our knit and crochet and stuff that we make here,
Yeah.
that we have no outlet to sell.
Your best bet is to reach out right to a Board of Ed member.
Somebody made, I don't remember who told me. Excuse me. That Hubbard has tables out in the hall.
I don't know. I don't go to any of the schools, so.
that's right.
You still go to Hubbard?
I know, I vote at Hubbard now.
Oh,
Oh, they had, yeah, they did. They had they had like a raffle. They had like a silent auction
So try calling Hubbard then.
and they had.
Try calling them
baskets.
directly.
why couldn't I call Griswold School? I know that's a big school. and They have a lot of people coming and going at election time.
Well, yeah, then reach out to the principal.
Yeah,
And
and
then
if
the
they tell you there's,
principal-
if they
right,
tell you there's a process that you have to get approval through Board of
Right.
Ed, then they'll tell you.
We'll tell you if you have to go through the Board of Ed. But the school, I think it was the PTO or something, or maybe it was 5th grade, you know, like trip group or something.
Yeah.
They did have baskets there. They were selling raffle tickets.
Okay, so I should call the principal at,
I mean, we don't know, we're guessing, but that would be my guess.
That's
As to,
a good place to start.
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna call Griswold because that's a good, big school. There's a lot of people coming and
Yeah.
going from there.
Mhm.
And then if it wasn't Griswold, where, in the
Willard and then Hubbard.
Griswold,
Willard and Hubbard.
and some of these might have things that they do on their own on that night, you know,
Right,
Mhm.
that day.
right.
And I don't know how this is gonna work now, if they're gonna expand voting.
See, like at Hubbard, they had very limited space. And they also, they don't let you go through the, like, you just come in the front door and you go right to the gym to vote. So they had their 2 tables, like, right there wasn't much room. They even had an officer on duty
Yeah,
in
they,
the school.
yeah, they do at Griswold too.
Yeah. So I don't know if their school is doing something, if they want you competing with their school.
That's what I'm saying. We would
Yeah.
have to find out if they're gonna do
Yeah.
something on their own. And if they're not, sometimes they have art sales or something for the kids have done something.
Well, or we could, if we do an open house again, you could sell at the open house. So we have quite a
Are
few
you
people.
doing open house?
Yeah, because I thought that was a success.
Yeah.
And we got new people.
And when would you be planning to do that?
When did we do that? We did that in September.
senior month, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it, yeah, senior. month. National Senior Center. Month.
That's right, because I was at soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that open house was wonderful. A lot of people enjoyed that. Coming, and it was good.
I was also looking to see, because I saw this somewhere, but I can't remember. They had like, movable, like stands that they sold items off of. So that you could move it around. So like you could put it in the hallway. and
Like a
then it-
cart?
No, it was really cool. It was like tall and it was circular. And they had shelving all around it. And they used it like a portable, like, you have like a room, like some senior centers, they have the room, they have like a little shop, they sell their crafts in, they sell their donated tchotchkes or whatever, but we don't have that room. So this would be like that room, but a portable.
And would we be able to do that?
So it'd be every day, but we could move it so that it's not just right here. You know what
Where
I'm
would
saying?
we get something?
I would have to look for it. I saw it. And I said, I was very interested in it.
Do you know? Do you
I would
know-
look, I would just Google
Oh, okay.
it, you know, look like on Amazon or whatever.
Yeah,
Because there's businesses that sell those kind of stuff.
and we should look into that because if we could
Yeah.
have something that we could keep in the hall
Right.
and move around,
Right,
that would be a good thing,
yeah,
you know?
because then people don't have to come in here.
Yeah.
and They might be deterred because there's a class going on or.
Yeah. Or if
there's
they're
lunch.
doing, yeah,
Yeah,
things
so
going on. They
That's
don't
why I
want,
thought that would be good because then you could just move it around.
that would be much better.
Portable.
Portable,
That's not, yeah, I've tried portable selling station, I've
Yeah.
tried
it was really cool.
portable sales cart.
It was like a cart, it was like, but it
Open
was
sales
tall.
Sales cart, that sounds good.
That's coming up like,
It
the
was
hot dog
tall.
stands in New
Yeah.
York, that's what's coming up when I Google that.
Portable sales card, that's a good
Sales
idea.
display.
You don't need
Yeah.
a Board of Health permit for that.
Sales display.
Would you be able to look into that?
Yeah,
For us?
yeah, it's on my list.
Okay, if you think of it when we. do
Portable
our
trolley
next-
cart,
would you
Write that
decide
write that down.
I
Yeah.
think that would be a very good idea because the people have made beautiful things. And Kay will attest to this, they ended up giving a lot of them away
Yeah,
because they don't have the market for
What do you
them.
guys do with the money of the stuff you sell?
You know what we'll do too?
Party.
I'll have Victoria do a flyer. Like a crafters flyer, and then we'll post it on Facebook. Because we get a lot of people that aren't seniors on our Facebook page.
But how would they?
They would then see that we have items, homemade crafted items
Oh,
for
that's a
sale.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good
Yeah,
idea.
so we'll do that as well.
Yeah.
Put up flyers like they do.
Yeah.
And with the money that we get, we do donate to different things.
Okay. I was just
I
curious.
can't remember offhand, but I do know that she donates, you know, she'll
You bought
always.
my projector, you brought our desks in the craft room.
Yep.
You've given to the food pantry. You've
Oh,
given
nice.
to,
Yeah.
like
I was just
Little League.
curious.
Yeah. Youth
Yeah.
groups they give to.
And some of the hats, we made many hats and sent them to the,
I knew about that one.
to the
Soldiers.
cancer
Yeah.
center
Yeah.
and some to the soldiers.
Yeah, you did the
Yeah.
soldiers.
And we sent it to the cancer center
Yeah.
for kids. So the group is productive and the items are beautiful, but it's just a shame that they have to give them away,
Right.
you know? So if you could look into that,
Yeah, I
that
will.
would be great. Okay, that was my new business. Is there any other, oh, I should ask, is there any other old business to come before the meeting?
I have new business.
Oh, new business, okay.
The budget hearing for the town is March 28th at McGee at 6 o'clock. They moved it to McGee, so it would be easily accessible for seniors.
March 28th.
Yeah, they're hoping for a turnout because when they did it here last year, there was only a few seniors that came. So that's why they're not doing a midday one here.
At
They're
what
hoping
time?
6 o'clock. Hoping if they get seniors at McGee. If they don't get any seniors at McGee, I don't know that they'll continue to do it at McGee. I'm not sure how that will work in the future, but
Does that get taped?
yes, I believe so. They're taping everything now, so I assume so.
Okay, so if the
I believe
seniors-
there will be a Zoom link for it.
Right, but it doesn't get taped, like if we could
I think
show
so.
it,
I think so.
we could show it here at the center.
Oh, that would be great. if We could do that.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, we'll find out.
Yeah, that would be good. Because that would be the 28th, and then we could show it after
Right.
that. Yeah, because then it lets the seniors
Right.
know what's going on.
Right. And if they don't want to go in the evening.
Nobody wants to go out in the
Board of
evening, and I
Finance
don't
is
blame them.
voting tonight. Actually, their meeting just started.
Who is?
Board of Finance is
Yeah.
meeting tonight and voting on the budget.
So it usually goes long enough that it's dark when you leave.
And seniors don't want to go out at night.
That's why I said if we could tape it and then show it here.
Yeah. They go out during the day, by the later in the afternoon, they want to be home, and I can't blame them, you know?
Always away.
Yep, so that would be great. Okay, is there any other new business to come before the meeting? Okay, then I, motion to adjourn.
Second motion. First motion.
Did you want to vote on your approval of minutes since Ann's here before you adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can do
Yes, we
that.
should do that, because I had that done, and then I skipped
Yeah.
over it because Ann was
Yeah.
not here. The approval of the minutes for,
November 21st.
November 21st, 2022.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, you can't second. You weren't there.
You went there.
And seconds.
Ann has to say.
So we have a
Right.
first and a second.
Yeah,
Okay,
first is Frank and second is
all right.
approved.
All in favor?
Yeah, now you have to
All
vote
in
on it.
favor?
All-
Aye.
Okay, abstains.
Okay,
The ayes have it.
all right. We're all set.
Now
Thank
you have to
very
vote to
much.
adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
There's a
I went
motion on the
right- I
floor
went
from
right
Frank to
over that.
adjourn and seconded. You have to vote to adjourn.
Motion to
seconded?
adjourn.
All in
Yeah.
favor?
Yep, all in favor?
Aye, the ayes have it.
Aye.
Just trying to keep you guys on the level.
Good job.
Did you all sign in?
Good meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
No, we
Oh.
couldn't because the
Yeah,
machine was off.
And I was late.
Stop.